drop. Yeah!
All right, I've got another good video for everyone to, again, try and understand the coordination of lower body throughout the downswing especially is kind of what I've been focusing on. And I think it's starting to click for me, sure, but I'm hoping it's clicking for people that are watching this video too. We're gonna go back to that baseball swing analogy, and I'll get into that in a second, but it's morning of the Super Bowl, 27 degrees outside. I'm a little bit kooky, but I'm not the only kooky person out here. There's a couple other guys here, so you can't judge me too much. We're gonna get our work in. So what we're gonna talk about in this video is, again, we're gonna go back to the baseball analogy, like I said, and I've done a couple of videos about this, what I think are, like I said, are starting to click. Ball's on this plane like we were hitting a baseball, and we're gonna be focusing on exactly why the lower body needs to move in this direction throughout the downswing, trying to prevent the movement of the lower body moving into the ball, which can create lots of problems and miss contact, mostly because if I'm moving into the ball, I then have to actually early extend my arms to square the club face because there's now no room through the ball. And everything is stopped, and then now I'm flipping the ball and then rotating after rotated impact. So the secret, everyone's searching for the secret sauce, is to get in a position where I'm in impact here, my lower body, everything's rotating through the ball, this is going that way, and then I rotate into my finished position. But if you're watching this video, like me, it's a hard concept to understand. If we go to the arc of the swing, and again, from the baseball standpoint, and I want everyone to understand, I'm not talking about baseball being exactly like golf, but the concept of the motion of moving the bat or the club through the impact zone is a lot more similar than most people, I think, give credit to. The club doesn't move like this. It moves on an arc. And if we were just to stand here and turn the club back and through on this plane, it makes sense to our brains because it's up here. Once we put it in at an angle, which is the ball down at our feet, our brain has a harder time understanding how the club needs to move through the ball to keep it square so the ball goes straight and not all over the place. And for most people, it's common enough to try and do this and hit it like this, which is the club traveling on one plane, almost like if you were to think about it kicking the ball this way. That's called a toe punch. Really, we're kicking the ball here and rotating through. So my point being, if we were to hit the baseball this way, impact, now the baseball bat moves through the impact zone and around our body, just like our lower body is moving around. It actually feels like it's moving left of where we're trying to hit it, but it's not. Just like on a golf swing, as the club comes down through impact, it's square, it's got to continue moving what feels like left. It's not moving this way, down, 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 down. Because if we were to do that, we'd be hitting the baseball like that. Lower body's squared up at impact. I'm throwing my hands. It's moving around through the arc and what we call finishing low and left, which really is not actually finishing low and left. I'm gonna try and fix my microphone. There we go. So from this angle, same thing. From the impact zone, I'm gonna rotate down, 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 down. Impact. Now see where the club looks like it's going? Around my body to the left and up into the finish. It's not going down, 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 down this way and up into the finish, because we'd have to flip it in order to get that club face square. There's no power, there's no consistency at impact, and you're never going to be able to get to the impact zone correctly and compress the golf ball. So we have to make it feel like we're working almost across our body to the left. That's how the lower body moves in the golf swing. Just like here and left. it's the same motion. So you can start by just warming up this way and then slowly work down the plane until you're at this position, okay? So what I'm gonna work on in this session is I'm gonna hit some wedges to warm up, feeling just, my finish is gonna be right here and abbreviated, and then I'm gonna work into probably all the way up to make an 8, maybe a 7 iron, doing that exact same motion. It's just a drill I wanna be able to do to work through the ball correctly and not letting a full swing get in the way of practice. So let's get started with some 60s. All right, get my mic fixed, here we go. So like I said, I'm just gonna start with some 60s. I'm gonna work up to maybe a 7 iron at the most today, maybe. This is all about this rotational feeling through the golf ball, impact. That lower body rotates just like it would be on a level plane with a baseball. Very short swings, get the feeling. That was probably even too high of a finish. I want to be even lower than that. Okay, so I'll do a few of those and then I'm gonna move up to maybe a 50. Work all the way up to probably just an 8 iron today, same thing. And really for feels, if you don't have a camera to be able to come back and look at your feedback, the lower these wedges and these shorter irons come out, the more you're in that exact position. One more, we'll move up. Got a little wind left or right, you gotta watch. Okay, we're gonna move up to a 50. Okay, all right, I'm gonna work into an 8 iron now. I've got, the wind is off my left and a little down, so as cold as it is, the distances are a little bit off too because it's blowing the ball a little further. But I'm just really focused on just like we talked about, that position finishing here. It feels like I'm finishing low and left, which in reality is actually scoring the club face. Yeah, I kind of pushed that one. Usually if I'm pushing it a little bit, it's because I'm not working correctly through the ball this way. A little bit on the toe, which means I'm actually playing it better. So a lot of what was going on with my swing is because of this moving of the ball, I have to shorten my arms as well as flip them. And if I get in a position where I'm here and I'm clearing much better, so rotating around and through to the left, my arm is still used to being short, so it's pulling in here and catching the ball more on the toe. So as weird as that sounds, I'm hitting on the toe, I feel like my lower body's working a little bit better through the ball. My arms will figure out the rest. Little pull. Better. Okay, so there it is. That's a great drill. You can start with like just getting the feel this way, impact, move to the left, and like I said, just kind of slowly work down until you're down at the plane of where the ball would be. Nice and slow. Work even just hitting chip shots that way, but feel like you're working around and to the left of your body. And you're not working what they say down the line. That's gonna get you to do this. Just working around, like the club is finishing way to the left. You'll start to get that feeling, and your lower body will then actually properly move through the ball and not stand up through impact. Hopefully that helps. I'm gonna keep working on this. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. It's your first time on the channel. Thumbs up. Leave comments below. I'm happy to answer questions as I progress through on my road to scratch. Fingers crossed. The goal is by the end of June, I'll have a 0 handicap. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next one.